Then I let me in the door. Then I gave your boy a chance, now the youngin' finna blow. It's a shame finna put the game in the figure four. Youngin' fresh from out that bottom.
Yo, welcome back to my channel. Before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, man. You ain't gotta like, you ain't gotta comment, but I do appreciate it if you hit the sub button if you're new. Now, in this video, we're gonna be talking about Attack on Titan, but in particular, we're talking about my review for Attack on Titan Final Season Episode 10. Now, Episode 10 of the final season of Attack on Titan is called A Sound Argument, and it starts off with Eren telling himself to fight. And in my last review, I basically explained what that meant. So right now, you got two versions of Eren fighting within himself. You got this one version of Eren that knows that what he's doing is wrong, and he actually feels guilty for what he did back in Marley, making those kids feel exactly how they felt when their life got destroyed by Reiner and Bertoldt. So he definitely does feel guilty for what he has done. But you got this other version of Eren that has to keep moving forward no matter what. He's not in the right position to kind of dwell on the things that he has done to those kids back in Marley. He can't dwell on Sasha's death like how everybody else is doing, because he has a bigger goal, he has a bigger mission. He has to protect not only Historia, but also protect his people from the rest of the world, because the people that's on the other side of the ocean wants them dead no matter what. It don't matter how much they want the outside world to try to understand them or give them a chance to show the outside world who they really are and they're not devils. The outside world will always have that image like, bro, you're a devil. So you're a devil who can turn into a Titan. Like, you're not even human, you know? And even if they would try to understand the people that's on Paradise Island, or even give them a chance to show them who they really are and they're not devils, it still would take a long time to take that image away from the audience, and that's time that Eren just does not have. And we can go Armin's route, which is the peaceful route, and say that, hey, like, we want peace. But just because we want peace doesn't mean that the rest of the world want peace with us. So we got to give these motherfuckers a chance to understand us, but also protect ourselves from them, because they might just wake up and come kill us at any time. Like, that's just doing way too much. You want these people to understand us, but what if they don't want to understand us? What if they don't want to understand us and just kill us? You know, like, you want me to just wait for that? And that's why I can't really fuck with the way how Armin wants to do things. Like, Armin wants to do things peacefully, but these motherfuckers do not want peace with us. Like, we want peace, but they don't want peace with us. Like, do you not remember that they declared war on us? It don't even matter if Eren was there. And even before that, they was sending Titans over here to eat us, and then sent 4 warriors to come and destroy our fucking peace. And you telling me that you want to go the peace route with the motherfuckers that want to kill us? That don't make sense. But then you got Hanji walking up to Eren and asking him so many dumb questions. Why was you telling yourself to fight and everything? Like, is it like a 2-part thing? Is it 2 rounds that you gotta fight? Like, why are you saying fight to yourself? Why did you put your hair up like that? Oh, I like your hair like that. Oh, do you not care about her story? Like, she's being really annoying, and Eren's like, why are you here? If you cannot give me a different option, if you cannot give me a different way of doing things other than doing the rumbling and threatening the world and killing innocent people, if you cannot give me a different way, then I don't want to talk to you. Why are you even here? Because for one, I'm not going to sacrifice Historia's life and let you guys turn her to a Titan, eat Zeke, then have her make babies and make her kids eat her. Like, Eren knows that's a life that Historia would not be proud of. Like, you guys just want to use her as a tool and then throw her away, and then use her kids as tools and then throw them away, you know, and just keep passing down the power of the Beast Titan for no reason, just because you want the rumbling in your possession, not to use, but just to have it, just in case. Like, you might as well just use the power of the rumbling while you got it now, instead of having to sacrifice not only Historia, but also sacrifice her kids that you bring into this world and take their freedom away and use them just to be a fucking tool for you guys. Like, that's fucked up. I'm not going to go that way, and I'm not going to go the second way and trying to do this peacefully, because like I said earlier in this video, the rest of the world does not want to have peace with the aliens that's on Paradise Island. We might want to have peace with the rest of the world, but the rest of the world don't want to be peaceful with us. They want to fucking kill us because of what we can do. We are devils who can turn into Titans, and they're scared of that. They will never give us a chance to show them who we really are. So who the fuck wants to wait on that? So I only have one choice, and that's to do the rumbling and kill everybody and say fuck it, just to protect not only Historia, but also protect the people that I care about. And Eren is so frustrated with his comrades because they don't understand that they forced him to do this. The higher ups was okay with sacrificing Historia and literally making her a tool. They was okay with that. And if they're okay with that, then there's nothing that the scouts, Levi 100, can do about that, but just follow order. And then we tried to negotiate with other countries as well, but they don't want to fuck with us. So you gave me no choice but to do the rumbling and threaten the world to never come fuck with our peace ever again. You left me with no choice because you guys could not act and come up with another fucking plan. So I chose to do things myself, and I know me doing this is going to work because we us manga readers, we know what the fuck he has up his sleeve, but he knows that this way is the only way that they can actually gain true freedom. Like, he gave all these other options so many chances. Like, he gave them so many chances. Like, Eren didn't just wake up and say fuck humanity. He literally gave humanity a chance. He gave every option that Armin and Hanji had came up with, like, okay, let's try to negotiate with all these motherfuckers. Let's try to go this route. Even though Eren knows that this route that they're trying to go in is not going to work. They're never going to gain true freedom. Even though he knows all that, he still gave it a chance. But since it didn't work, you only gave him one option. The only option that he know that he's going to win and gain true freedom for not only him, but for Historia and for the rest of his people. But after that, we get a flashback to 2 years ago. And we get a chance to see the negotiation option, which is the option that Eren tried to go with. He actually tried to give humanity a chance. He tried to give this option a chance. Like, hey, I'm not going to go with the rumbling just yet. I will go with your plan and try to negotiate with these other countries. Even though I know it's not going to work, I still will give this a chance because I don't want to kill innocent people. That's the last thing that I want to do. So I'm going to give this a chance. So Kiyomi is the first outsider that Paradise Island has negotiated with. But Kiyomi has negotiated with Zeke prior to this. So basically, what they was talking about is that Zeke will hand over the fuel that will put Kiyomi's country back on the map. But he says that Paradise Island is the only place that actually has this type of fuel. So Paradise Island will supply you with this fuel to put your country on the map, but you in return has to strengthen their army. But then Kiyomi reveals Zeke's plan and what he wants to do. And he says that the support from Kiyomi's country is just not enough. Like, stronger armies is not enough. We still need to have the power of the rumbling in our possession. So in order to do that, we have to make Historia give birth to a lot of kids, give her the Titan, and then later on have her get eaten by her kids, and then have her kids eat their fucking brothers and sisters and shit like that, just to keep passing down the Beast Titan and also pass down Eren's Titan as well. And that's something that Eren just cannot fuck with because he does not want to sacrifice Historia and take her kids' freedom away. He truly do not want to do that. That's the reason why he's doing this relevant, because he don't want to sacrifice Historia and her kids. Like, he truly cares about Historia. Like, when Mikasa is talking about her symbol and everything, you got Historia smiling, and Eren noticed that, and Eren said, like, hey, you look happy, and he was happy to see her happy, you know? Like, he truly want Historia to have a good life, a life that she could be proud of, and she's okay with this because she feels though that this is her duty as queen. You know, like, she's the queen of these people. Like, she has to put her people first. So she doesn't care about her well-being, but Eren cares about her well-being. It's like, I don't want you to go through that. That's not a life that you're going to be proud of. So I cannot fuck with Zeke's, or I cannot fuck with Kiyomi's plan to do this shit. But then it comes back to Eren and Hanji inside the cell, and Hanji's like, yeah, I didn't want to sacrifice Historia either. And Eren is like, you know what? It doesn't matter what you want because you cannot do anything about this shit. Like, the higher-ups was okay with doing this. If the higher up says, okay, we doing this, the scouts have no choice but to follow orders. That's the one thing that Eren hates the most. He hates people who only give orders, and he hates people who only follows them without thinking for themselves. And that's why Eren asks Hanji, like, what can you really do? Like, what can you do to change the situation that we're in? Oh yeah, not a goddamn thing. So you leave me with no choice but to do the rumbling and threaten the world and kill everybody except for our own people to make sure that our people stay safe. You know, because you guys cannot do a damn thing. Then you got Eren telling Hanji, like, I ate the Warhammer Titan. The Warhammer Titan can use its hardening ability to harden through the ground and make whatever it wants. So I'm only staying in this jail cell because I want to stay in this jail cell for right now. I can literally leave whenever I want to. And I also know that you can't kill me because I hold the Phantom Titan's power. And you killing me will be you going against the higher ups. And that's something that you're not capable of doing. You're not like me. You're not able to go against people who only give orders because you guys cannot think for yourself. Because you are the people that only follow orders. So then Eren yells at Hanji, like, tell me, what can you do? Tell me what plan did you come up with other than me doing the rumbling? And I will gladly go with your plan. But if you don't have no plan, then I'm going to be loyal to my plan, which is destroying the fucking world. Fuck it. But Eren is getting mad, and you see electricity and everything, and his eyes are lighting up, and I can explain that. So basically, he was about to use his power of the Warhammer Titan. Now, Eren does not have to hurt himself to use the power of the Warhammer Titan. He can just use it whenever he wants to, as long as he's underground. He can use it whenever he wants to. And they literally put him underground where he wanted to be at anyway. That's why he tell Hanji, like, I can literally leave whenever I want to. But after that, you got Hanji questioning Eren's decision to make her the commander, because right now she doesn't feel like a commander. She can't do anything. Right now, in this situation, she's useless. She's not in the position to do anything. She can't go against the higher-ups. And she cannot give Eren a different option to make him not go through with doing the rumbling, because that's all he's asking for. Give me a different option. I don't want to kill innocent people. Please give me another option, and I will go with your option no matter how much time I have. As long as you can keep coming up with ideas of how to not do the rumbling, because that's something that I do not want to do, I will keep going along. But the scouts stopped giving him options, so he's like, you know what? I'm going to go with the plan that I know for sure I'm going to gain true freedom. I know I'm going to gain freedom with this shit. So, fuck it. But after that, we get to see Historia, and we see that she's pregnant. And the farmer comes out, the person that literally made her feel like she should not be born to this world, only because he wanted to get Historia's attention. Him doing that literally made her feel like shit. You know, she already didn't feel like she was special. She didn't feel like she should be born into this world, because she had people close to her saying that she should not be born into this world. People like her mother. But Historia getting pregnant still caused a lot of confusion for Margarita. So I know it's causing a lot of confusion for anime owners as well. So let me explain that, right? So Zeke is now on the island. And remember, the scouts have no power over the higher-ups. The higher-ups is okay with sacrificing Historia. They can't do anything about that. If the higher-ups say yeah, then they have no choice but to follow orders. That's what Eren hates the most about them. That's why he can't really fuck with them. The higher-ups wants to feed Zeke to Historia, and then have her create a bunch of babies, and then have them pass the Beast Titan down in the royal family members. And this is something that Eren doesn't want, because he don't want Historia to be part of the cycle of royals eating royals. Like, they just got out of that cycle, so why would they go back into that cycle? And Eren wants to break all of the cycles of royals eating royals, the cycle of babies being born to this world not knowing that they're free and only used for tools. Eren truly wants to break all of the cycles, so why would they go back into the cycle of royals eating royals when they just got out of that? But the higher-ups does not care, and the scouts does not have power over the higher-ups, so they really can't do anything about it. So Eren is going rogue, and he's doing shit by himself. So Historia getting pregnant before becoming a Titan and eating Zeke to take his power, her getting pregnant before all that stops the whole process, and they don't want to kill the baby. But you also still got people that is among the higher up that still don't care about that. They still talking about feeding Zeke to Historia. So Historia getting pregnant stops all of that, and that was the only way she could be protected, because the higher ups just don't give a fuck. They don't care. They break rules without caring about how other people feel. But then you got one of the commanders, or whatever he is, he's basically saying like, man, it feels sketchy. Like, she got pregnant way too fast. Like, somebody must have told her what we really was trying to do. And if you think about it, who else could have told her but Eren? Like I said, the scouts are in no position to go against the higher-ups. But Eren does not care about that. So he breaks the rules and actually do things by himself. He's like, you know what? I'm going to tell Historia what the fuck they trying to do. And Historia got pregnant way before Zeke even got to the fucking island. So it messed up their whole plan. So now they got to literally come up with another plan and try to keep Eren and Zeke away from each other, because they don't really trust Zeke, and they don't trust Eren because Eren trusts Zeke more than them. But then it goes to the flashback that happened 2 years ago, and it happened after they negotiated with Kiyomi, and they're waiting on a response from Kiyomi, because Eren want other options, like, hey, I don't want to sacrifice Historia, let's come up with a different plan, because this is their only way they can try to save Historia's life, because even though the scouts is not in the position to go against the higher-ups, they still want to try to save Historia's life by going with other different options. Even though Eren knows that this is not going to work, he still is trying to go along with it, because like I said, Eren does not want to really do the rumbling unless he really has to. So he's like, man, I'm okay with going with different routes. But the second that none of this shit works, I'm taking things in my own hand, and I'm going to do everything by myself with or without the scouts' help. But Hanji comes back with Kiyomi's response, and Kiyomi saying like, hey, I don't want to help you guys no more. So then Eren says that we have no choice but to rely on the rumbling and sacrifice Historia, which is something that he does not want to do. So by sacrificing Historia being the only way, that is what pushes Eren to basically want to do things his own way. But Hanji comes up with a different plan. You know what? Since they don't want to negotiate with us, let's go to them and make them understand. Let's go venture outside the wall and set up base in Marley. And we all know how that played out. Eren ended up literally going on his own. So something must have went wrong while they was venturing outside the walls, because Eren still ended up doing things on his own. Us manga readers, we know exactly what happens. And what happens is literally the last straw. This is the last thing that Eren gave a chance. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of giving humanity a chance. I'm tired of going all these different options, all these different routes. I'm not trying to kill people, but fuck it. It seems like that's the only way, because these other options is not working. They don't want peace with us. They want to kill us. They see us as devils. They don't want to understand us. So I'm done trying to save them. I tried to save humanity, but now they gave me no choice but to destroy humanity because of the situation that they were in. The outside world truly doesn't understand that Eren and his people was the victims. They didn't even know that the people on the outside world was even alive. They was truly the victims, and the outside world won't give them a chance to make them understand who they really are. So Eren's like, you know what, forget it. I have no choice but to destroy my enemies. At the end of the day, I'm the same as you. But then it gets to the part where Eren brings up that he only has 4 years to live, and it's time to find out who he's going to give his powers to. And every single one of Eren's friends, except for Armin, feels like it should be them that gets the power. You know, John, Mikasa, Connie, Sasha, they all feel like they're in the right to get his power. But Eren quickly shuts that down because he cares about his friends, and he doesn't want to curse them with the curse of Ymir. Like, you only got 13 years to live. Like, this is not something to be happy about, to inherit my power. Like, I don't want you guys to only have 13 years to live. Eren truly wants his friends to live long lives, and that's kind of hard to say when he is literally sitting across from Sasha, who has already died because of him. Once the anime reveal what Eren has up his sleeve, and they reveal that, everybody is going to realize that Eren is a contradicting character. And you can kind of already see that because he says that, hey, I want you guys to live long lives, and Armin only has 13 years to live. And Sasha is the first person among the group that has died because of you, Eren. So he's a very contradicting character. But like I said, it's two versions of Eren that's within himself. It's this one version of Eren who truly wants his friends to live long lives. But it's this other version of Eren who would do anything and keep moving forward no matter what, in order to attain freedom, not for only him, but for Historia and for the rest of his people. So he fights with himself a lot. But to keep his split personality in check, so that he doesn't fight with himself so much, he reminds himself that he has to fight because that's the only way that they can win. You can't win if you can't fight. So he reminds himself that so that he can keep moving forward. But then it cuts to the part where you got Connie and you got John basically questioning Eren's actions, and they all realizing how much Eren has changed. And then you got Connie saying like, man, it might come to a point where we gotta actually check Eren and probably take him out. And you got Mikasa saying like, I won't let you do that shit. And the reason why Mikasa is still on Eren's side is because her and Armin know that Eren did not change at all. This is literally how he always has been. It's just that he finally let go. Eren never wanted to become this monster. He actually tried so hard not to become a monster like Annie and Reiner and them. That's why he didn't want to fight Annie. Eren throughout the whole series was holding back. And a lot of people kind of like looked down on the character of Eren when he always was crying. But that was him literally just holding back because he knew that he had to become a monster, but he did not want to. So he held back throughout the whole series. And this is the first time that he finally let go. He let go. He has become the monster because he knew that abandoning his humanity is the only way that you can get shit done. You can't be a hero trying to save the world because at the end of the day, you're never going to change anything. It's just like Batman. Batman doesn't kill anybody, but he will fuck you up. But you got people like the Joker and shit like that always still doing bad shit because they know that Batman will never kill them because he doesn't want to be like them. He doesn't want to abandon his humanity and become a monster just like them. So he can never change anything. He can never change Joker ways because he chooses not to kill him. So he can never literally change anything. But the only way that you can change something for good is to abandon your humanity and become a monster so that you can get shit done. It's just like Flock. And that's why Flock fucks with Eren. It's like, look at him. Like, that's the devil that we need. Only a devil can save this world, not a fucking hero. And that's why Armin will fail to save the world because he chose to not abandon his humanity and become a monster to fight fire with fire. and that's why he will fail to save the world. He chose way too late to become a devil because he wanted to have the hero image instead of being the devil that you need to be. But then the episode ends off with Armin and Mikasa saying like, hey, we need to talk to Eren, we need to find out where his real goal is and to see if we can trust him. If we can't, then we have to give his Titan up to somebody else. And then it ends off with Zeke being in the forest with Levi. Man, this episode was crazy. It was hella crazy. And I love explaining all of these characters within Attack on Titan because the story is just so fucking real. But this is the end of the video, man. You ain't gotta like, you ain't gotta comment, but I do appreciate it if you did something if you're new. And I'm out, bro.